It's Fat Boy and Powers Inc. Tonight's the night. It's the revolution. Why is it always some old black and white boy telling us young fellas that we ain't relevant in a world that embellishes lack of relative content from these elements? You call them stars, I call them settlements.
Welcome back to the Squadcast.
Squadcast.
Brother.
Black. Silent assassin in the building. Let's
and
go.
I got my brother.
Brother DJ, Capo, Cartier Capo, whatever C you want to call me.
And that's the Squadcast.
Squadcast. Hey, shout
out.
out. Hold on, pour out a little liquor for our brothers that ain't here. You know what I'm saying?
Chef.
Brother BJ.
Powers, Jesse, the whole Junkyard gang. We see y'all.
Shout out Noobs and Pros.
Noobs and Pros, go follow them. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all leave a comment.
And just make sure you're living this shit.
Living it. You know what I'm
Get
saying?
well soon, Brother BJ, as well. We've seen that you had the surgery, so definitely get well soon.
Yes, sir.
So today, I want to say again, thank you guys from the bottom to the top of my heart for considering me on being on this show.
Appreciate you
I
for coming
appreciate
through.
Thank you. And I am going to take it to these two topics that I want to talk about.
Uh-oh.
And
I'm
I'm
excited.
gonna let the first be relationships.
I can dig it.
And like I said, there's women that live to a very high standard of what a man should do, should not do, and what they consider is a good man.
Okay.
So I want to ask you two your points of view on what you should bring to the table, shall I say.
There we go. Brother Black, go ahead. We talk about this all the time, brother. Come on. Don't hold back neither, okay?
Let it out.
Just let it out.
Should we be bringing to the table?
Not what should you, but
Okay. So,
involving same energy. What
If you hold back, we're going to fight after the show.
On the relationship standpoint, I feel like we both should be working. It should be a 50-50, you know what I'm saying, breakdown.
Agreed.
Ultimately, I feel like I see a lot of the whole aspect of what makes a man, and I'm not going to say this is 100% all women, but a nice percentage of them haven't even had their own fathers in their life, so how can you give any sort of recommendation of what a man should be
Okay.
when you haven't had a real representation of one? You know what I'm saying? But maybe I'm wrong. And what do you?
No, I
You know
mean
what I'm
a lot
saying?
of women. On my perspective, a lot of women that I see that juggle from man to man don't have a father figure. So, yes, I agree. You can't lay your standards down of what you expect or want when you can't even give that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So, on a woman's point of view, a man's point of view, what should you bring to the table based off the woman, not just as a man? I'm taking care of you, but how she treats you, how she takes care of herself, or just the situation in general. What are you bringing to the table?
So me?
Mhm.
All right. Well, first and foremost, I'm going to say this with all due respect.
You better disrespect the shit out of somebody.
No, I'm not. Look here.
True first.
Number one, nobody's perfect. All right. So I don't expect perfection out of anyone. My counterpart, my cousin, my squad castmates, whatever, because we're all human. We're all going to make mistakes. My thing is are you trying? Is the effort there? You know what I'm saying? Because if it is, that lets me know that you really care. You know what I'm saying? And if that's not there, then that lets me know then it's time for me to make my executive decision and choose to end whatever type of situationship, relationship, entanglement, whatever that we're in. You know what I'm saying? As far as like bringing to the table and the stereotype of what a man should be, I agree with Brother Black that it kind of goes into a lot of young women today, and even some in our age bracket, not really having a consistent male figure in their life. I'm not even going to break it down to the father, because you can have other male figures in the person's life
I agree.
that can have an impact on you and help bring you up to be the person that you need to
Give
be.
you those different
Like an
moral
uncle, cousin,
Brother.
brother, those type of people. So I don't think that they have that consistency in their life. So then when you don't have that, now you're looking, you're searching, you know what I'm saying? And then with the age and society that we're in, the social media age, the following of these quote unquote social media stars or whatnot,
famous people
who's giving their perspective on what their men should be doing,
Right.
and then they're taking that and applying it to the regular Joe Schmo and have these high expectations, and it's just like, wait a minute, and you do have some brothers who concede to that. They will just accept the fact that she ain't really bringing nothing to the table, and a couple of dollars I can do whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like
trick.
like money has today. Money plays a big part in how a woman views a man. Like it always has been there, but it's like super blown out of proportion now. And it's crazy how you have Quavo's girlfriend talking about if he can't buy you a Birkin bag, don't F with him. They all taking a liking to just all these social media superstars who
are only showing the good and not behind the scenes.
Right. They're showing all the good and all that, and they're not showing what they actually did to get this person, because you had to have done something to get
They
them.
ain't showing her going to the STD spot to
Right.
go get that antibiotic.
You don't see all the bad.
I wouldn't try to get into all
Hey,
that.
bro, don't act like it ain't happening.
So when you have super high expectations from people who don't really know what to expect, and it kind of goes into the Kevin Samuels thing when he was breaking down the woman who said, I need a 6-figure man.
Mm-hmm.
And he was asking her questions like, well, do you know any? No. Do you know what they want? No.
Right.
What can you offer them? Well, I can help them run their business. Well, they're a 6-figure man. They don't need you to help them run their business. They're doing quite well without you.
Right.
So, when you don't know, and you're just going into something blind, I mean, it's not going to be easy for you, the woman, and it's not going to be easy for the man to live up to those expectations, because if we're not living up to those expectations, then you're going to feel let down, and then next thing you know, you keep going with this stigmata that brothers ain't, you know what I'm saying? And that kills me.
I don't think that's what you should be basing the relationship off of, is material things. If I like you, I like you.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to be with you, I want to be with you.
Right.
And it's all on how we going to work to make us both great.
Right.
Not how much you have to make me better. It's how much we're going to put in to do better for each other.
To me, it's crazy because and I'm not going to say all women, and I say this with all due respect. Y'all motherfuckers, not you.
Go ahead.
Motherfuckers want somebody to take care of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And then that leads me to my question, like, what are y'all bringing to the table other than sex and your looks? Because that shit will go away eventually. Your shit will dry up eventually. Brothers don't stay hard forever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they do, but not for you.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got what
are you bringing to the table? That's my question, because they always talk about brothers and their jobs and how they look and all this other stuff. And it's just like, well, what do y'all bring to the table? What makes y'all so great that y'all have this mindset that y'all can look down on the man when the man has so much going against him? In today's society, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I've done research and comparative studies, and I'm only just doing this from a workplace perspective. It is easier for a black woman to get a job opposed to a black man. That is a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Let alone the black man that has a record of any kind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then it's really game over. He can't get the job that he wants. So now he has to take this less paying job and, try to make it work. In the meantime, you probably in his ear talking about you ain't doing enough and you ain't doing this and blah, 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 blah. And then next thing you know, like, what is he supposed to do? Now he got out here in the streets doing stupid stuff to try to accommodate you. And then he go to the can, you off to the next man.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't even trying to rhyme.
Get him.
That's just my thought prospect. I mean, and I could be wrong. I mean, and this is just my opinion from things that I'm seeing and observing that's going on in the community. And I'm just talking about our community.
And I also will say, and I'm not trying to put the blame all on the female, but ultimately I feel like if you see or you dealing with a dude and you see that he lacks those different abilities or, initiative or lack thereof, why would you even continue to mess with a buddy or,
True.
even have a kid with him? Because then it's 18 years or for the rest of your life, rather, that you're going to be dealing with that person. So, I put blame on both parts because even if the male is calling himself at this higher status that he's calling himself at, and he's dealing with his supposed lady, and you see that she's not, like I said, vice versa, the same thing. You see she lacks the nurturing, type or nurturing with kids. So why would you want to, have a kid? Like just different stuff that we're not really analyzing. People are just having fun. I look at it. People ain't really analyzing the person that they being with and really seeing if they really like this person.
And that's why I always say, make sure you know who that person is before you procreate. You gotta know who you gotta know who you dealing with. Like Brother Black just said.
Social media, a lot of women take to that social media relationship. They see women in happy relationships or, they've been through their, rocky road already and they're, afloat. But they see that and think that that's what it's all about, taking pictures, matching clothes, this, that, and the third. That's not.
No Godmom.
It's not.
And Godmom, and I'm gonna ask you how you feel about this. And Brother Black, I'm gonna direct this towards you. Hold on, real quick, because we talked about it before. You just brought it up. What she said, social media. All you see is this, and this, but you don't never hear or will ever see anything about the bad, right? Like, I mean, sometimes you will have those who will just go out the window and post their stuff on social media about their problems that they're going through. But for a person that's looking at that, and if I'm in a relationship and I'm in a rocky road and I'm seeing all this happy stuff, I'm going to think, well, I know everything's not hunky-dory because no relationship is that. Well, there has to be something. So I'm just not going to base my thoughts on what I'm seeing. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Do you agree?
Definitely. That, like I said, that goes into everybody believing in social media. But like you were saying, as far as just to touch bases back on what the godmother was saying, I feel like with the whole running to the next relationship, nobody's done the proper healing within themselves, so they're just pushing their energy off onto the next person.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? It's a never ending cycle. So you can't you're trying to fix yourself by going to the next person. Come on.
But a lot of women also, like you said, they're not healed. When the relationship or men too, when the situation is done. Right. So they see the next situation and they're like, oh, that's better than my situation, so I'm going to go attack that. But a lot of women look at it to hurt the next female. Like if that woman is having problems, even if it's not public, you know what I'm saying? If the man's pillow talking, you know what I'm saying? You see, they take that and think that they're better. Like, oh, I got her man, blah, blah, blah. But you don't know all she's going through. So you're finna take upon a situation you don't even know because he's giving you that attention.
Right.
And you ain't seeing the red signs is he shouldn't even be talking to you about her if he's done over with the situation. It shouldn't take the topic of the ex to get you or make you feel comfortable with me that I'm not messing with her.
And that's on a male and female perspective because I believe
hurt 50, people hurt people.
You know what I'm saying? I believe everybody's equal. Like, if you're gonna go into something, y'all have to look at each other as equals. You can, because if you look at somebody that's beneath somebody, then it's never gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? Unless they accept that. And I don't know a black woman today that accepts that. A strong black woman, you know what I'm saying, that's going to accept being looked down upon because they may lack certain things, you know what I'm saying, from the male perspective, whoever they're dealing with. But my question is for you, Godmother.
Yes.
So the guy comes in and he has a job. He's not lazy. He can cook. He cleans. Does laundry. All that, right? Even get like 2 date nights a month or whatever, right? What do you say to those who feel like that ain't good enough?
You're tripping.
Like, cause some women will say that ain't good enough.
You're tripping.
And I'm thinking like, well, what more do you want?
So just like the video, just like the video with the lady wanting a six-figure man, and you don't even have 6 figures yourself, or did she have 6 figures?
She did.
She did. Okay, but still, we're not talking about her in general, but a woman wanting a
She had 6
six-figure
figures
man.
the last 3 years of her pet grooming business.
Okay.
So she wasn't always making 6 figures. She just started to at that particular time or whatever when she was talking to Kevin.
Yeah. Look.
I don't.
If that's not good enough for you, you are one of those gold digging women. Because there's women that don't even have half of that in a relationship and settling.
I'm sorry. She ain't holding back.
If you don't think I think that's a man. If you're doing cleaning, cooking, you working, you taking care of home, you're bringing home something. We got a date night because you know kids. Yeah. When you have kids, they blockers and
the brothers who be expecting that stuff from their woman. I think. Look, I mean, people expect that. Like, if you got a woman that's doing like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what can you complain about? Like, I don't. And you know what I'm saying? Like, if for me, I'm gonna be very appreciative and grateful. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just, I don't know, man. You could, because we all gonna end up dying alone. You know what I'm saying? and at some point, you want to have time to be able to share and make memories with somebody. You know what I'm saying? As you going through the course of your life, and you definitely want them memories to be more good than bad, and you don't want them to be with this woman, this guy, this woman, this guy, and all these different
in today's times, you never know what the way this going to make you feel like. Hey,
you can't rush into a situation. Yeah. First of all, you have to heal from whatever pain or whatever situation you do. You got to get over that, and then you have to find yourself and really evaluate what you want in a situation if you're going to take it there again. But it's better to be friends. You know. To deal with each other, learn each other before you just jump into a title, because you just rush into boyfriend, girlfriend, and a man. Not all men are the taking pictures, Snapchat, and whatever.
You could hit 1 time or 2 times, and then all of a sudden somehow you're in a relationship. It didn't happen. I've seen it happen before.
You have to communicate. You have to communicate. That's giving in. If you give in to jump into a relationship as a man,
because the question comes, what are we?
Listen, that's what you spill at the beginning. Look.
Yeah.
We're here. We're talking. This is what it is. I'm in a relationship right now.
It don't always work that way.
It don't. But if I'm communicating that, there's no misleading.
They'll still lose their mind.
That's the key thing, though.
I'm gonna keep telling you.
Communication.
When we get to where we going, if I feel we going somewhere, then that's what it's gonna come to. But not only saying I'm the one that takes the lead and say what we doing, because you don't have to sit there.
Right.
But you're giving that woman an option to. Do I want to deal with this? How long am I going to deal with this for? But you still shouldn't rush into what are we? Because sex is sex. That's pretty much what it is with a title. Like, you could be friends and have sex and make babies, because a lot of you motherfuckers got babies. On accident. Sorry, my bad. So
she shots fired at y'all.
I'm just saying. So you're doing like you rushing things. You should be wearing protection. You better pull out or something. But y'all put yourself in a situation, and when a baby does come along, y'all think that it's still the automatic relationship. No, we wasn't in a relationship before the baby. Not saying that you can't work towards it, but y'all put yourself in a situation, and then because a baby comes,
Right.
now we supposed to be together. We got a family.
We have obligations. You know what I'm
Don't
saying?
know a damn thing about each other, and then
Don't know
end up
nothing.
hating each other in about
Which
6
is-
months.
A baby can make or break
So,
the
yeah.
relationship also.
Got to do better.
I just men and women, we gotta do better.
Both of
All
us.
right, like I said, I think the panel agrees it's a 50-50 thing. All right, try effort can go a long way. You know
There's
what
no
I'm saying?
perfect man.
There's
There's
no-
no perfect woman.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you feel that this certain somebody is not for you, don't drag that John out, you know what I'm saying?
Let
To
'em
where
know.
y'all got 2-3 kids down the line, and then all of a sudden now you want to bolt, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Now we got
you gotta,
broken homes.
you gotta see the signs early, you know what I'm
I
saying?
think a lot of it
I
has
tell a
to
lot
do
of
with,
people, you see red flags.
Yeah.
Especially
Pride
if you
and
come to
ego.
me and talk to me. You
I
see them
think
red
pride and
flags.
ego plays a big
Pride
part
and ego?
with these relationships because
Okay.
people don't, like, when you in them relationships, you don't want to allow a person, like, that's why I say it comes back to knowing that your partner, because if you know just little knickknacks of how to be able to talk to a person, this person will say the littlest stuff, and that just drives you up a wall, and that's your reason for not even wanting to deal with them at all. You know what I'm saying? Or you just feel like they're disrespectful. You didn't know that their mouth was that way because you didn't really deal with them or handle them in any sort of fashion. But you call yourself stuck with them now because you didn't have a baby with them. So that's why I say people got to understand who they're dealing with and really try and
Now look,
figure people out.
I ain't no life coach.
I ain't trying to
I ain't
am.
trying to be.
be.
I'm not a therapist.
I
But
ain't
I'm
trying to
gonna
be that
give you some advice for free. I ain't gonna charge you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment.
Notification bell.
Let me know. Notification gang.
If you disagree, hit it in the comments as well.
Hit the
Let us know.
motherfucking like button too. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get
Yes.
like my man Caps and go crazy on the like button, but I will start doing that too. But I'm gonna give y'all some advice, and the advice is for free. Okay?
Did you say hit the like button?
Hit the like button. If man or woman, all right, if you have certain displeasures in your countermate, you have to be able to communicate that to them.
Everything.
All right?
Yeah.
You have to communicate that to them to where you're expressing how you feel and they can understand how you feel.
Whether the truth hurts.
Okay? So if you do that, man or woman, and then y'all go on, and then it probably lasts like a couple weeks. So that's usually how shit go. It lasts a couple weeks, then boom, it reverts back. Try it again. Communicate like, hey, this happened before. We tried it. It didn't last like we talked, whatever the case may be. Boom. Now that third time, that if it keeps happening, that third time around, that should let you know it's time for you to go. I'm being real, like, because you see the cycle. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody needs to be dealing with that stress, man or woman. We got enough problems being black as it is. You know what I'm saying? So if you communicated it to them on more than one time, verbally, written, whatever, to a point to where they can understand how you feel, to where they have it in their mind whether they should make changes or not, and they choose not to, that lets you know what they think of you, and you need to move on from that. Ain't no
Hooter.
kitty cat in the world
Right.
strong enough to make you stay in something like that to where y'all just gonna keep
Miserable.
going back and forth,
It's not worth
arguing
it.
every couple months or every few weeks or whatever. And
Or
I
every
know
day.
relationships, you're gonna have your disagreements, but not to that capacity. So
I
that's
want to
just
take
my
it back. I want to take it back. Take it back. Because
Bring it back.
you know the signs, like, let's say this. We're single.
Mm-hmm.
We see something oh, she decent, he decent. Okay. You know what we get to do. We get to liking. Ooh, like. They might have some situations going, oh, he deal with her, or I know he, you know what I'm saying? But you still flirting and carrying on, and he finally inbox you. She finally inbox, what's good? I see you liking my stuff. Hey, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But you see the inside of what they're doing with the other people, you know, treating them wrong or cheating, which most of you women know that a man is cheating, but y'all That's y'all's first red sign there.
But
So
that's
you
what
to
we
even still to go deal with this person, knowing he got hoes, she got hoes, tricks, whatever, OnlyFans, but y'all still continue to accept that and continue on, you passed up your first red flag. So
I'll be
when
real
you
with
get
you.
in the relationship and then it's, oh, I want you to delete your OnlyFans. Oh, I know you got hoes. Who's hitting you up? Blah, blah. You already knew that. So now you put yourself in a situation to deal with that other person you ain't know was dealing with. So
I'm gonna be real.
y'all set yourself up
And
for failure.
and I'm not gonna say this for everyone, but just for the people who I done came across in my little lifespan on this earth, people be having, like she said, certain people in their life or whatever, right?
multiple bodies.
And they ain't willing to give that up. Like,
Not for you.
like dead ass, bro. Like,
You're looking
for
for
real.
that 6 figures.
You, no matter what you do, man or woman, what you brought to the table, whatever, that person who's had those bodies in their life, they ain't just dropping them like that. You know what I'm saying? They still around to some capacity. So the minute you slip up, they go pop right on up. If they ain't been popping up somehow, some way,
And
on a
that's-
low key
That's
aspect.
that girl that was already dealing with him, and they see that you was dealing with him. Then that's where they get they laughing, like, oh, she thought she was doing something, and then
And
it's
I
just a
see that
cycle.
all the time. Like when I go through my social media and that whole what you just said, that kills me when I hear the black woman
but
say
when
that.
you know
That kills me.
a man, like if you go into a situation
Or
not
if a
knowing
woman,
something,
man
men
or
and women,
woman.
y'all know they're not dealing with anyone, anything, whatever. That's different. But if you know and you go into a situation knowing that they deal with people, that's your fault.
You can't get mad.
You can't be mad
You
about
can't
no.
be
You
mad
can't try to
about
change
nothing.
somebody because
Nothing.
it attracted you.
No,
For
exactly.
some reason, it attracted you. But now you want to
Exactly.
try to change the person because now you think you finna run the boat. It don't work like that.
And don't be trying to conform to one person, like you just said, and then you still got the body certain around talking about, well, I want you to drop everything you got going, but yet and still you still got everything on your side. You know what I'm saying? That don't do that. Don't do that. Men and women, don't do that.
Don't even interfere in anyone else's situation. I don't care if a man or woman hit you up and you know they got a girl. Don't do it. Because that just goes to show, like a lot of people fail to realize is when you're hitting on someone in a relationship, if that person you're hitting on takes the initiative to holler back or deal with you, what you think she finna do when the next person come around? If you could take a woman from her man, how you think you gonna keep her from the next man that's
And
doing
vice
better
versa.
than you?
And
Like
vice versa.
if that's the type of prayer. If it's easy for someone to get took from you, they ain't yours. They don't want you like that.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I agree with that, but then you never know what that person may be going through neither. You know what I'm saying? So as far as like with their
But
mate
that don't
or
mean
whatever.
you be
But
gullible to that situation.
no, I'm not saying that you do be susceptible to that. But what I'm saying is that sometimes, depending on the state of your relationship, you can be susceptible to that because you're missing
I
and
get what
lacking
you're
certain
saying.
things that you would expect out of your mate.
But that's going to the
But-
80-20.
Right.
You got 80% over here, but they lack 20. You gonna go for 20 and
Right.
lose 80% of what you already
Right.
have. That'll make.
No, I'm not saying it's
Not
cool.
you.
No, I'm just
I'm
saying.
saying
I'm
in
just
general.
like
That's what a lot of people,
right.
mostly men, but women too.
Oh, I
Women
can't believe
too.
you said that. Oh, you was vibing.
I'm saying
You was
y'all are not
vibing
counted
until
in
you
there.
just said
I
that.
said mostly.
You sound like no,
Mostly men do this. Mostly. Because, a woman, like they say, a man can sleep with 70,000 women and not fall in love, go on about their business.
I don't believe that.
Men think that if a woman has a one-night stand with a man, she's been thinking about doing this for some time. She's attracted to this person or wants this person. Why is that? Can y'all answer that? Why can't a woman just slip up because she's being treated or her dudes cheating all the time?
I was gonna say I kind of.
Well, go ahead before I go in, bro.
One thing I was gonna say to piggyback off that, I feel like you say, for us it's just sex. I feel like with men, even if we are dealing with a bunch of different women, or you know what I'm saying. I feel like we won't have those said women around our kids. I feel like with women, they'll have. I'm not. I won't say all. I won't say
back up
all.
from this one. I know where you're going.
I'll say some.
Most.
They'll have
Within the first
said
couple
dudes
weeks.
around their kids.
First
And that's the one thing I just never understood. Like, you're the nurturer. So, you know what I'm saying? The lioness. So you're not sure.
I'm not
that makes me
saying
feel
on the
funny.
aspect of bringing kids into the situation. I'm saying
Just relationship.
just not even relation. Like you're dealing with multiple women. Like say you have a main woman, your girlfriend, but you have side pieces, and they say that you're not in love with those side pieces like you are with your woman. But if a woman is in a relationship with a man and she steps out, it's a whole different ball game. Like we're not forgiven.
I don't look at it like
it's
that.
completely all you did what you wanted to do. You picked your move. But we gotta forgive a man 1,000 times, but we get the short end of the stick because we gave up our hoo ha. But some men can slay.
I remember I know what
y'all
you're talking
get
about.
y'all
I feel like that.
Y'all got y'all lick back. I mean,
Right,
but
like,
I'm not even saying
when
like
I was like super
I mean
younger,
it is,
you know what I'm saying?
but I'm not saying in a spiteful situation. I'm saying like you're going through something, you drinking, blah blah blah. Someone's spitting something good in your ear,
okay,
and you end up doing something you ain't supposed to.
I almost lost my train of thought.
And you're like, I'm sorry,
but
I didn't mean it. One thing led to another, blah blah blah.
Right.
But as a woman, like we're looked
we was young
down
and dumb.
upon.
Yeah,
We look down upon because we went that route because there's no forgiving us or it's brought up a million times or you're going to continue to cheat. But a man can step out and we're like, okay, just don't let it happen again. I know you love me, blah, blah, blah. But it still continues to happen it's still
that's the power and the will of the woman. That's if the woman is willing to accept that, that is on her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she's only gonna allow the man's only going to do what he's allowed to do.
Right.
The man's only going to do what he's allowed to do. So if she's allowing and accepting it, if she accepted it the first time, 2 times, 3 times, he's just like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. But before I lose my train of thought, I wanted to bring this up because you were talking about the extra bodies and whatnot. So you have your main guy or your main girl. This is, I'm not saying everybody, but this is the society that we're in. The main guy has the girl who has the main guy has a couple sides or whatever. The guy that has the main girl has a couple sides. Why is that? Is that because the main guy that they do have is lacking certain things, so they have to get it from whoever the side piece is? The same thing for the woman. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got a main woman, but you got these side pieces. Is she lacking certain things to where you had to go out and get these things to be able to get what you need to be able to feel whole or whatever the case may be? Like
I seen something from Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's my girl.
I don't believe in that.
Listen, she said men, like what she said? She said something in the nature of men that have a woman and they love their girl unconditional, you could tell, and he steps out, it's not always the simple fact that he don't love her. Men are just greedy.
I want to say that
do you agree?
Men are seekers. That's how we've been since time immemorial. Even for those who are religious folks, biblical, Bible and all that, men even back then had multiple wives. You know what I'm saying?
They kept it a secret.
No, they didn't.
Sometimes.
Had multiple wives in the sight of God and Jesus and all that. And you know what I'm saying? And it's true. So to go from that to now being told to have a one woman man or one man, whatever the hell, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be trying to go into that, but I'm just saying that it's been going on since time immemorial of men having multiple women in their lives.
Why is that a thing? Why can't a woman?
I don't agree. If a woman wants to, which they have had, I've seen where in the Bible and back in those times where women have multiple guys because that one guy who her husband might be sterile and can't produce a kid, so now, you know, you have to go elsewhere to be able to for the woman to conceive and be able to get pregnant and produce a kid. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. That's in those times. Well, right now, what I'm saying is that, and especially for me, if you can, like I said, if you communicated what you felt like you needed and wanted, and they not accommodating you, so but you love them though, you don't want to let them go. You really do love them. And I'm not saying, I'm just a hypothetical. You love them because or else you wouldn't be with them. But they lack what they won't give you what you want. So now you go to A or B to get what you need to be able to feel whole. If you have to come to that conclusion, like I said, you need to get out of that.
Let it go.
You need to get out of that.
Let it go.
If she's not willing to accommodate you, or he's not willing to accommodate you, or y'all have some kind of mutual agreement, understanding, y'all need to let that go.
It's just gonna hurt you both in the long run.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Unless y'all just don't give a fuck. And that's really where a lot of the stuff is in
Yes.
today's society. You know what I'm saying?
Some women are hurt by they dude. They get mad at the female when it's not completely the female fault, and then they go on their vengeance spree. Because I see a lot of women that get their heart broken because they got cheated on. Then it's, oh, them N-words are for everybody.
Yep.
Like, why you looking over here in my backyard when I ain't even stepping yours? What's my anybody's man can get it. Like, nobody's off limits. Why? What I
These
do?
brothers is for everybody. These sisters is for everybody. That's the thought process and the mindset that we're in today's society. And you know,
Y'all
what I'm
making
saying?
that toxic stuff okay, and it's not okay at all.
Like I said, I believe that.
Like it's cool to be argumentative all the time.
Right.
Get your ass out of here.
Especially for social media.
From a man perspective, I believe if they engage in some crazy shit like that, it's because they didn't have a motherly presence in their life, and the same thing for the woman. They didn't have some kind of positive
Or they see
male figure.
multiple men coming in that
Right.
mama's life.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
They
And
feel
that's how they see
supposed
it
to be.
come up.
Or
Right,
their uncles,
right.
oh, nephew, I see you got all the girls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just a cycle.
And I don't even like pushing that. I don't even, well, my sons, I wouldn't even like, oh, you,
No.
how many girlfriends you got? Oh, you only got 2, or you need to get 3. Or
No.
you shouldn't even have 2.
No.
Like,
You
I mean,
shouldn't
you know
have
what
no
I'm saying?
girlfriends at all. You live your life till at least 18, please, son. Because I don't want to beat nobody's daughter up. Because, you know, that first relationship that's, you know, serious, that you think puppy love, is that heartbreaker. And I might have to break your jaw for mine. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't want to teach my kids to just get in relationship after relationship. I want you to live your life, get your education, worry about what's going to make you better in life once you
Right.
get older, and then worry about that. Because
Right.
the social media, like we said, these younger kids, I see it in my family members, and
The
they're
lack
looking
of-
for that relationship goal.
Lack of
They're
communication
looking
and
just
not
to-
knowing how to communicate. That's big to me too. Like
Yeah.
some people today don't even know how to communicate. They just think texting it and somebody's supposed to understand that, and no, it don't work that way. I mean, for me anyway. I mean, some people it may work for them like that, but I mean, until you figure out a way how to communicate, and then you actually are communicating, then your relationships won't get better.
And
Okay.
then it takes it to the second topic, which
Oh
is
yeah.
depression. A lot of men and women dealing with these situations and thinking that they have to accept the situation or be in the situation because they don't want to let that person down, or they feel bad of letting someone go, or you think because this relationship ends that you get so sunk into a deep place of depression or whatever it is. Like, no, let's not do that. Let that negativity go. Find your happy place, because depression is not somewhere you want to be. I don't
Right.
know if any of you have dealt with it, know someone that's dealing with it, but what's your take on that versus being in a relationship too?
I,
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, bro.
I'm gonna tell you, I know people that dealt with it, and I dealt with depression. I was actually taking medication for it. It wasn't Prozac. I can't remember the actual name for it, but I was actually, you know, I was at a real bad point in my life, and I wasn't like trying to like take myself out, like, you know what I'm saying? Just like I had no ambition to want to do nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like if this was that came up back then, I probably was like, nah, I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just gonna sit in my room or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? But so taking the medication, you know what I'm saying, it was supposed to like pick you up and all that, and it wasn't working for me. Like it was making me more tired and sleepy and more depressed than anything, you know what I'm saying? So I just took myself off of that, and you know what I'm saying, just like I'm done, you know what I'm saying? And of course, we do some form of self-medicating, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, of course I was doing that. I mean, nothing no different than what I normally do, you know what I'm saying? I've become one with Mother Earth, and it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And I don't do nothing outside of that, you know what I'm saying? And so, and then I just had to grow, mentally, you know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to say I went to see a therapist, you know what I'm saying? I saw a woman and a man, you know what I'm saying, to get perspectives on what I was going through in my life, you know what I'm saying? And then, this line that he told me, the last guy, stays with me, and I use this to everything almost. He called me a fool, and he wasn't like he was trying to disrespect me or nothing. He was just like, you can't expect something out of somebody that don't have it in them to give you.
Something like loyalty.
Meaning that if it wasn't taught from them, it wasn't taught to them, then they don't know how to give it to you. If they mom didn't teach it to them, if their father didn't teach it to them, then they can't give it to you because they don't know. You know what I'm saying? So then that's why I said you have to look at who you're dealing with before you procreate. I mean, look at the family. You know what I'm saying? That's going to really tell you who you're dealing with. Like if the moms didn't have multiple relationships, if the aunts can't keep a man, you know what I'm saying? If the uncles can't keep a woman, you know what I'm saying? It's like
some of us
like that family lineage really is a factor. Like that really takes a place. That really, like, I look at that a lot. So if they don't have it in them to give to you, then I mean you can't expect it. You know what I'm saying? So that changed my whole thought process with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So for me now, I don't go in really expecting anything. You know what I'm saying? Depending on who I'm with, you know what I'm saying? Like I just, because it keeps me from being let down. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I think highly of the person, and I think you should be of a certain standard, and you're not, and then it's just like, oh my God, you're just killing me. You're not understanding, and blah blah blah. So you know what I'm saying? I just like if I don't expect anything, which is sad. But, you know what I'm saying, that's just how I safeguard myself, you know what I'm saying? And that's just a process that I learned from what he said, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so it was due to a relationship?
It was due to a relationship. It was due to things going on with my kids. It was things going on with my family. It was just a lot of things, a lot of people. Because I'm the type of person that I'll go out of my way for people that I care about. You know what I'm saying? Family, close friends, you know what I'm saying? Brother Black knows. Like, we go back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And sometimes I feel like people take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? They take advantage of your good nature, your good heart, your good will, and manipulate you into thinking that you should be doing this, and you're wrong if you don't feel like you should take a break or something like that. Stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like
toxic.
So it's just like, for me, once like I said, I grew mentally and started taking that, what he said, and applying it to people who I'm dealing with in my life. I ain't gonna cap. Like, my life has been a lot easier. Of course, you're still gonna have your stress and whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it's a lot less stressful for me. You know what I'm saying? That's Brother Capo, Brother DJ's experience with depression, from the medication to coming off of it. Depression is real. You know what I'm saying? Real. And when I see people going through that, I genuinely try to reach out to them. You know what I'm saying? And especially if I like know you, or like even know of you, and like I think you cool enough to where I can reach out like, my bad, like, okay, look, I see what you're going through.
I do that.
I'm sorry that you're going through this. Maybe try looking at it from, like this perspective, or just take it like whatever, what I'm saying. I try to genuinely help those out, because I don't want them to go through that feeling that I went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, depression ain't good. It'll have you questioning a lot of things. I'm sorry for being long-winded, but I just wanted to share my experience with it.
So don't hide it. Let somebody know. Talk to.
It's okay to talk to people.
But what's your take?
Um,
Have you dealt with it, or just?
I would say I have dealt with depression. I've never went to any sort of doctor or anything like that regarding it. It was with my child's mom as far as dealing with personal issues. But yeah, I think ultimately dealing with depression, you can find yourself in a slump and dealing, drinking and, trying to deal with those issues or not deal with them, I guess, for that matter. Because how can you say you're dealing with them by doing, dealing with alcohol or drugs for that matter? So just taking a step and looking yourself in the mirror and really just trying to get out of that slump. Like I said, I didn't go to any doctor or anything like that, but you repeatedly getting up every morning, you got these hangovers. You just like, what are you doing like every day on a daily basis? And you working, but this is what you're doing. So it's just an eye opener for me.
I think that I think depression or dealing with those situations with men is a lot that men don't open up about when dealing with women, because that is like a very sensitive place for you guys. So I think
agree.
that plays a part in why men aren't as open as we as women think they should be, like us, just
And I think
social, happy,
we talked about this
and all
on the
that.
podcast we had with Amber, as far as men and mental health and being, accepting the fact you need to talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time for men, and I think Brother Black can agree with, it's a whole stigmata that you have to be strong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't show emotion. You can't be weak. You know what I'm saying? Like that has been embedded in our minds so much to where it don't. In your mind, when you have that being fed to you every day, you don't think that I really need to go talk to somebody. I really need to sit down and get a medium to hear me out, not somebody that's involved in a situation, because there's somebody's invested in it. You need a medium that has no investments in there, no ties, to give you clear cut clarification on what you're telling them.
So women, be kind to our brothers, because they sometimes are on edge from dealing with personal issues, and you bringing a bunch of nonsense about Becky, Brittany, and Susie is not going to help the situation. with men too,
Yeah,
because women are depressed or going through postpartum with a relationship, having kids, and you see them talking about it, and you think, oh, well, let me go entertain her and give her what she wants for the moment. And then here you are breaking her heart again, and now she has to go through this again. So that's another take on why women have high expectations and not want to deal with that same man and get their heart broken. But it's still, we all play a part in this. So I just say, take everybody's perspective, look at everything, and communicate.
I think what we all can agree with is the main thing I keep hearing is communication. Communication is key, and I preach that a lot. Brother Black knows that. I preach that a lot, because it applies to life. Everything in life. Communicating a job, with your kids, with your mate. You know what I'm saying? Everything you got going on requires some form of communication. And if you're horrible at it, then nobody's going to understand how you feel and what you want out of them, or your expectations, or whatever the case may be. That's why I said before, some people don't even know how to communicate.
And don't take it negative. Those people that take the truth and feel like someone's degrading you, bringing you down, when it's just the truth.
Constructive criticism don't exist no more.
Because sometimes,
Now
you're
attacking them.
Sometimes, like they say, even with dealing with someone in a relationship and it don't work out after some time,
Mm-hmm.
there's something that you take from that. to better yourself for the next. So it is kind of true when they do say that you're making that man better for the next woman, or you're making that woman better for the next man because you can't be that person. So don't always beat yourself up about a relationship. They ain't really too serious. If it ain't about your kids, your bills, or anything that's a main priority, don't waste your time and energy on it if it's not right for you. Like that, some people just don't understand that.
If they can't if they can't be willing to accept you and your flaws and help try to build you up, and you have to be willing to accept what they have to say so you can be built if you really want to deal with that person. And if you can't do that, then you're just better off alone.
For the
Seriously.
time being.
Or and you're
Not forever.
gonna be alone. I'm not gonna say you're gonna die alone like Kevin Samuels told old girl, but you're gonna be alone for a while, because one thing that Godmother said, and I'm saying this to men and women, the minute y'all get out of a relationship, y'all drag that bullshit into the next one. You know what I'm saying? On how you felt you got did. You know what I'm saying? And you had you so on edge because you don't want to be done like that again, that you really not even giving that person an opportunity
to show you what he is.
Exactly, or she is. You know what I'm saying?
Just get over it. Deal with it with yourself. Don't vent to nobody. Keep it to yourself. Unless it's a friend, but
communicate.
Don't beat yourself up.
Men, don't be scared to say, I need to talk to somebody. It ain't necessarily gotta be a therapist or whatever.
Your brothers, the ones that y'all want to chill with every day, the guys, talk to each other. It ain't always got to be about.
I don't necessarily know about that, but
I mean, if you're comfortable with that person, if it's someone that you can trust.
Because I would say, because you know who's your guys or your girls is or whatever. So depending on that situation, whatever situation I'm going through, I know I can't bring to a certain friend of mine. Like if I'm having relationship issues and ain't none of my guys in a relationship, I can't talk to them about a relationship because they're not in one. You know what I'm saying?
You could get you could get advice on the situation, not just as far as what would you.
Well, all I'm saying is if you know your man's that went through Tom, Dick, and no
homo. Go ahead.
Tom, Dick, and Harry, blah 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 blah. They running through them. And they ain't trying to get in a relationship.
Yes.
I'm not gonna want to talk to them about my relationship problems. That's what I'm saying.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you got a homeboy that's, you know what I'm saying, kind of level-headed or whatever, and he's been in a couple, yeah, you might want to bounce something off of him, or a homegirl, you might want to bounce something off of her. You know what I'm saying? Try to gain some insight. You know what I'm saying? Maybe see how they dealt with certain things and try to somewhat apply a little tactic here or there and make your situation a little bit better. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
Hypothetically speaking.
Yeah.
I'm just playing. But yeah, don't lose yourself, people.
Don't do it.
I'm a life coach. The Godmother is here to talk to you. There's lots of people even speaking on this topic. I'm probably going to get on Facebook and see so many depressing stats that I literally make posts, and like I did one yesterday, I think. Yeah. Like comment on heart on how you feel, and it has some I'm blah, I mean like, subscribe. So it's like really sad. Family, friends, and it's just like they don't know who to vent to, even though it's on social media. Like reach out to someone. If someone's willing to listen to you, don't be scared to talk to that person. And even if you think they're gonna run their mouth about your business, at least you spoke your truth and got it off your chest, and it's not just sitting there, but you know not to talk to that person again if that's what it's going to be. But nobody should make fun of that. If it's something serious and they love you, like, it shouldn't be a problem to listen to you. Right. You don't have to even say, just listen to me. Like, talk to me. Just say what you got to say. But I reach out to so many people that I see whatever, and I tell them, like, if you need to inbox me or anything, for the free. Because when I get to dropping charges and rates and stuff,
then y'all
and I send you a bill.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to be SOL.
Take you to small claims court.
Y'all ain't want to take this for free.
But yes, life coach, it could be health, fitness, job related. There's so many coaching techniques that you can talk about. Like you can reach out about anything. But
I dig that.
I'm glad you guys opened up about that.
I dig that. I appreciate that. I like that dialogue. I appreciate especially having a woman's perspective who can see things on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like not just all about
The
the
woman.
woman. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm
not really.
honestly more for men. Like, I don't know, like, what it is, but, like, I've seen so many men get mentally abused. They're played with their kids, like child support, like all types of stuff,
Right.
like just spiteful stuff that
Yeah.
like
Right.
it's like god dang.
Yeah.
Like I tell mine, like depending on how situations in, I'm not finna be spiteful about anything because I know you're a good father. I'm not finna keep your kids away from you. I need a babysitter. I'm gonna be at your door before I ask you.
Don't go ape
But-
shit over the one little thing that he or she did when they did 99 other great things. You know what I'm saying?
That one little thing, nobody's perfect. Like you
Right.
said, if it's something that you can't accept, then let them know we can't continue
Right.
on with this. But if you take and accept that and it continues to happen, then like you said, venture off. But don't discredit my men. Don't degrade them. Don't make them look bad to the next woman so they can't get a woman.
And make sure y'all comment on what y'all think. We want to know.
Give us
Leave
your
your
insight.
comments on what y'all think a relationship should be.
If we wrong,
Who
we right.
should be doing this and doing that and y'all standards or whatnot. And then we can come back and address y'all comments and questions and concerns and go from there. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Because we
You know what I'm
might
saying?
do a part 2 if the comments is good enough.
If y'all lit, you know what I'm saying, we can come right back with it. You know what I'm saying? But
Might even bring somebody else.
you know what I'm saying? Godmother, that was dope.
Thank
You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good way we go ahead and close it out like we always do. We want to show love to everybody that's doing
Appreciate
something,
you.
you know what I'm saying?
Make
that's
sure
got
y'all
going
just
on.
living.
Just living.
Hit up the girl Tarita. Get your appeal. She got the what is it? I don't know if I'm gonna say it right, but she got her bra line.
Okay.
Shy intimacy or shy appeal.
Intimate
One.
appeal.
Sorry, I
Okay.
love you. You know you're my favorite. Make sure y'all go follow everybody. Y'all see the dude got whipped up. You know what I'm
Who
saying?
did that? Who did
Shout
that?
out to Tabby.
Tabby.
Urban City
Urban
Salon.
City. And she got the boutique up in that joint.
Boutique and salon. Sorry.
Go holler at my man Doodoo Loud for the Gush apparel, you know what I'm saying? And I think he even got he got it up in Platinum Cuts barbershop too. They got a little case, little station for him or whatever
Get
up
your
in there.
super juice. I seen the
yeah,
bands
yeah,
done gave a
So just
PlayStation
wanted the super
5.
juice. Hey,
Yeah, I did see that. I forgot about
Can
that.
I get one?
Mike James, Got Drip, Flight School Apparel,
Yeah.
Koki G, Rah the Brand.
Drew, if y'all know him, Popsicle.
Okay.
He got the golds. He got his liquor line too
Okay.
going on. He also does the heat press.
Okay.
He makes he'll
T-shirts.
get your
Okay.
t-shirts going.
Yo, shout out my Uncle Greg. He got the t-shirts,
yeah,
you know what I'm
he's
saying?
doing
Got
Scott.
plug the
Bad
family.
designs.
You know what I'm saying?
producers out there. TZ the producer. If
Oh,
y'all
yeah,
need y'all
yeah.
beats, y'all need y'all a studio, hit him up.
And he's actually dope too. I follow him on Snapchat.
We got some
And he
music to
do
do.
the grills too.
Yeah,
He do the
that's
grills.
Terrence
Yeah,
Scott.
Yeah.
They together
With
on
the
some
shirts
things. But
and the
yeah,
beanies.
we supposed to be in the studio. I got some songs and some doing. So TZ, I need you
Yep.
to hit me up.
Ladies shop all things J. You know what I'm saying? She got, you know what I'm saying, a lot of stuff going on. I think she got like a nice little 30% off sale or some kind of sale due to the holidays or whatever. So y'all go.
Everybody got their own.
Exotic Lust for the lingerie. Women, I know y'all want to go and get that. You know what I'm saying? For y'all,
Get it poppin'. If
fellas,
we need
if y'all
you,
want to see y'all lady.
or ladies, you guys want to get y'all's mans, or y'all mans want to get y'all's girls some facials, they makeup done, hit up Kanasia Taylor,
Okay.
Kay's Beauty Journey.
And last but not least, if you want a mask, t-shirt, whatever, Godmom got you. You know what I'm saying? She will take care of you. You know what I'm saying?
Early.
She got it on lock.
Got
you know
the
what I'm saying?
connections
And she's
with
life
everything.
coaching. You know what I'm saying? You need your teeth whitened. Holler at her too.
Vendors, you need your vendors, holla at me.
You know what I'm saying? So once again, we'll pour our little liquor for our brothers that ain't here. Ooh, she got 240s.
Rest up, sir.
Chefing, Powers, BJ, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Follow
bro.
Noobs and Pros, you know what I'm saying? The Junkyard Gang.
They'll be back, I think, next week, matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken. But Brother Chef will let y'all know when they're dropping.
And make sure you subscribe to Keeping Up with the Godmother.
Yes. Godmother, go ahead and close us out.
All right. So, that's it, y'all.